Westbrook, as she is in the Naproco sponsored car.
Alina Bryden is up next, car number 48, the Alina Bryden Racing Enterprises.
Car number 99 will be driven by Rick Dulac. RDM Motorsports is a sponsor.
Car number 37 is the Advanced Auto Repair car from Winston, Connecticut, Chris Bagnell.
From Bristol in the 00 car, it is Todd Clark in the Blue Moon Design car.
Car number 12 will pick up in the rear of the field. That's Joey Farino taking over the number 12 from East Hartford, Connecticut. Green, 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 and they're racing as they thunder off turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Like a swarm of bees rattled out of a nest mat. And who's it going to be to bring them back to the line first?
Robert Bloxham in the Dell's Vinyl Siding and Bob's Painting car, challenging Wesley Prucker, and it will be Bloxham. The Robert Bloxham Special is leading lap number 1. Third is a battle. Here comes Pulio to take that spot.
Julio, JB, better known as that in the Tick-Free Mike's machine, has worked its magic and moves into the top 3. Side-by-side racing for 4th on back, and it looks like car number 31 is going to make the move. Noah Corner has moved into the top 4. Quickest car in the event. No surprises here, even though she's back in 13th. Amanda West was that fast. Meanwhile, Ronnie Williams and the ride car, along with Justin Williams, comes back out to go a couple more laps.
And Prucker trying to derail the 79 of Bloxham. Corner having a great run, being double-teamed as the 14 of Stephen Chapman is after him. We go to the front of the field, and that's where Robert Bloxham III is hanging out, looking for his first ever SK Light Modified win.
And all of a sudden, Amanda West car goes up in smoke. It looks like perhaps a Nerf bar rubbing on, and yes it is, rubbing on the right rear tire. So Amanda West's machine, the Nerf bar is rubbing. Will she be able to get it back down? Chapman, Narducci, battle for the 5th and the 6th spot map. They're wheel to wheel. They come off the turn, and Narducci has some clear sailing on the outside. Now, we've seen Narducci pull this move off of the upper lane a couple of weeks back, and it didn't work that time because JP, Jonathan Pulio, shook him off like a dog who has fleas.
Yeah, he got a little bit of his car in between he and Narducci. Battle for the lead. Here comes Prucker on the inside, and he is going to flash dance his way out in front. There's an opening for Pulio to try to get into second, but Bloxham is too strong to allow that to happen.
Bloxham really turning some heads here tonight. Pulio and Narducci are side by side. That's the battle for the 3rd and the 4th spot. Pulio sees a little daylight down low, but it is still a momentum story for Narducci. He's got the RPMs up in the upper groove. Meanwhile, behind them is Chapman, threading the needle, and look at Narducci. Oh, he gets a power assist to Bloxham, and that almost gives Bloxham the opportunity. Yes, going, gone. We've got a brand new leader, Bloxham, and now look at Narducci. He's banging on the bumper to let him know he's there.
But it is Bloxham getting the lead for the 2nd time tonight. Second place is up for grabs. Narducci on the inside, Prucker on the outside. Julio is in the mix. So is Noah Corner. And as they sprint off the corner, it is Narducci to take over the lead on lap number 9, but a yellow comes out. So, because the lap wasn't completed, it appears that Narducci
is still out there, but it looks like he's coming down on pit road.
Isn't he?
Yes, he sure is.
He wants his brother to get the max out of that ride. So, Ronnie Williams, I'm sure he showed him beside the Stafford Speedway that no one outside of the competitors have ever seen before. Now, at the front of the field, Narducci got the lead just in time. Robert Bloxham has been tough. There have been a couple of occasions we thought that 79 was going to fade. That has not been the case. Power move for Narducci. Like an arrow being shot out of a bow, he recaptures the lead.
There's no question about it. Narducci pulls away, once in command. Oh, trouble now. A little further back in the field, the 54, and then it looks like, yep, Alina Bryden with the number 48 underneath the Ferris billboard. She gets it fired back up. Jeff Marconi, who's down there along with our good buddy John Gates. Guys, what do you got for us?
It looks like the front right tie rod has broken on the 37 machine, and I went over and checked in on the 15 as well. She didn't want to talk, but there is a bead worn right through that right rear tire from the Nerf bar right on it. Sean, any comment?
Looks like the 48's going on the hook. I can see a left front flat on that machine, but she also may have front end damage. And Justin Williams is now unbuckling from the quick Ronnie Williams Napa Know-How two-seater ride.
Okay, we're going to have you check in and see how the Williams brothers enjoyed their ride and their opportunity. Now, if you can get a quick word with them before we go back to green.
So, any comment on how that ride was?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Ronnie's kind of a wheel man, so he made it fun.
Yeah, he looks like he had a blast. He gave me a thumbs up as he drove by earlier, but let's go back up to the booth. It's going to be a great race from here on out, I can tell you that much.
It certainly is. There are 9 laps up on the board, and the complexion of this event has changed 3 times up front, but that's not where the story has been. It's been all the way back through the field. There is the green.
But Bloxham got a good start on the outside. Let's see if he can maintain his momentum. He can't, and now he's on the verge of losing second to Wesley Prucker as Narducci rumbles out in front.
Well, there's no question about it. As you look back through the field, off the turn, as they come off turn number 4 and work their magic back to the line, Prucker has moved back into second. Now, we said before that Joey Farino was going to run the other car in the feature. They were able to fix his car, and he did make it back out with the number 87 car. Let's see what's going to happen now as the 31 of Noah Corner is now challenging with the Bloxham machine as they come off the turn, and all of a sudden, JP, Jonathan Pulio, he has found a different line and a different strategy to get around this racetrack as well.
Yeah, he made a lane change and darted right in front of Joey Farino. That Farino car, much better on the inside than it is on the outside groove. A huge lead has been carved open by Narducci. Here comes Corner, and Corner is able to steamroll his way into second. Third is up for grabs. Prucker has hold of that position right now, and he's going after Noah Corner.
Well, there's no question about it. He continues to work, and now all of a sudden it's almost like Prucker will literally back out of it for a few seconds, then pull it back into line. Trouble now. Buckeye, last week's feature event winner, and the number 54 machine of Mikey Flynn come together. Buckeye is stuck on the front straightaway on the infield. The 54, 30-some-odd points back behind Brian Narducci, and of course, he was just involved in that situation there. So tough break for him as well, because every position counts as points. So let's see what's going to happen now. They double them back up. 13 of 20 with 7 circuits to go. Matt?
And Brian Narducci is going up against a tough customer on the outside. Noah Corner has a lot of experience all around the world. So Noah Corner, a student at Central Connecticut State University. Let's see if he can get into forward motion as they come off of turn number 4 and come up to speed.
Off the turn, there's the green flag. Oh, Prucker gets a little bit out of shape, and the outside lane looks racy, but Prucker gathers it back. As they come off the turn, Corner's back up to second. Chapman's up to the top 3 and on the podium. Jonathan Pulio in the 4th spot. He's got Prucker and a gaggle of cars to follow him.
And Prucker tried to get inside Pulio. He couldn't make it happen. Alexander Pearl has moved up to the mainstream in car number 7 as he's trying to tap dance his way around Prucker in that fight. Narducci has a healthy lead, but things are hectic behind him. There is chaos between Prucker and Chris Matthews and Alexander Pearl. Chris Matthews has come from the wilderness to move into the top 9.
Well, Matthews had a problem with the motor. He set out several weeks. They got it dialed back in. Alexander Pearl is right there with him. Bloxham is still there. And Hodgson, the point leader. This could change the points, Matt, considerably, as Hodgson is trying to get to the front of the field, but he is stuck in traffic. 16 laps of 20. Narducci on top of his game here tonight.
Hodgson did have an 18-point lead over Noah Corner. Corner currently running in second, so he has a chance to make up some ground. Here comes Chapman, trying to shuffle his way into the 3rd spot, and Corner closes the door.
There's no question, 17 laps are now complete. This time, when they come back to the line, twirling 2s are in the air. Down the back straightaway, we've got a spin It is the Sammy Anderson car number 21, and Matt, this is going to change the entire complexion of this event.
For his third win, trying to benefit in the national standings. Porter is right there, and Stephen Chapman in a pretty good location on the inside of the second row. He will try to make it stick there. And you even have to give a lot of credit for Jonathan Puleo to the cagey way that he has raced tonight. It seems whenever it's time to make a lane change, Jonathan Puleo makes the right move at the right time.
Certainly does, Matt. And of course, as we said before, we are not done yet. Here we go as they look to fire them up off turn number 4. Pace car dives to the center of the infield. Off turn 4. There is the green. And Brian Narducci and Noah Corner are pretty much even, but off the turn. Chapman tries to squeak in the second. Here comes JP, Jonathan Puleo. And now Chapman comes back to life.
As a power surge for the 14, getting his third place position back, but not by much. And Alexander Pearl, he has penetrated his way to the top 5.
They come off the turn and thunder down the back straightaway. Side by side in the mid-4s to third position to be up on the podium. White flag is out. Chapman and Jonathan Puleo in a dogfight battle. Chapman has it at the line, but this is the lap that counts the most.
Narducci trying to hold off Corner, looking for win number 3 this season. As he flies into turn number 3, here comes Narducci, headed for the checkered flag.
Off turn number 4, Brian Narducci. 3 wins here at Stafford. He'll take down the win. Noah Corner to finish in second. Stephen Chapman for third. Jonathan Puleo to finish in 4th spot.
The interview will be John Gates.
Okay, jumping out of the Baldwin Automotive 01, high-flying Brian Narducci, man, what a run here tonight. Once you got out front, nobody had anything for you.
Yeah, this thing was real stout tonight. Realistically, it should have been our second week in a row parked here, but last week we had a little controversy at the end, but it's glad to be back here getting to the front without getting into anyone and having no issues. So, had a good race with Noah, and it's always fun racing with him. This one's for my grandma. She's not doing too well. Wish she was here, but nothing better than bringing home a win for her.
Brian, I know you got a lot of people helping you out in this ride, and going for a national championship, that's got to be pretty cool.
Yeah, we're leading national points right now, and this win's definitely going to help, so that's good. And got to thank my aunt and Uncle Greg, Curly's Kids Care, Baldwin Automotive, the Florida Connection, Priest's Auto, Todd Owen, my mom, Chassis Pro, FK Rod Ends, Waddell Communications, Mayberry, Dunleavy's, Rad Auto Machine, everybody helps out, Chris Sauer, and just everybody that makes this happen. Pioneer Valley Wheel Repair, and everybody, Tom, Gino, Scooter, Grampy, Daryl, Eric, and everybody on the crew, my dad and everybody else.
Our charger right there, Brian Narducci, victory lane here in the SK Lights. Let's go over and talk to the rest of the podium with Jeff McComey.
Well, I got Noah Corner here in second place, a hard-fought second place. You certainly earned that one. How you feeling after it?
Oh, good. You can never complain about a podium. Brian's car was hooked up. Our car was hooked up, all thanks to Keith Rocco. It was my fault. I knocked the tone a little bit on the early laps, and that made us tight coming out of the corner, but it's hard to complain with a second-place finish.
A little bit of damage. You brought home second place. Who do you have to thank for pulling that off?
Keith Rocco for the Bad Fast race car, week in and week out. My father, Mid-State Site Development, Sam Sales with Sales Auction, H.O. Penn, and just all the fans for coming out. I appreciate it.
All right, big thank you to all the fans out there. Let's hear it for him. Third place, Stephen Chapman. He's on his way over. Another third place finish for you 2 weeks in a row. Great job out there. Like I just said, you earned that one. You were fighting your way up through the field. How you feeling?
Great, actually. In second round of practice, we got loose down here in 4, and it snapped, and we hit the wall, and everybody stepped in. I can't thank everybody enough. We can't be here, without them. I can't thank them enough.
Absolutely. Any other sponsors to thank for helping you get out there and fixing up that race car?
I'd like to thank Chapman Apartment Homes, Competitive Edge Coatings, Central Machine, Napa Talent, just anybody I forgot, thank you.
Absolutely. A great third place finish there for Steven Chapman. And now, folks, the street stock 30 laps.
Morning, I'm feeling down. 'Cause all this life's such a drag. And I can help but stare at my cube and think about what good times we had. 'Cause every day was a Saturday. 'Cause I ain't got a thing to do but have a good time. That's right. Just won't have a good time all night. That's right. That's right. I got some cold shilling on some ice. Ain't all the fellas coming. Gonna drink us a beer tonight. Try to find me a girl or two. I hope you find me a redhead. 'Cause I've never been a woman, but I bet it'd be a good time. That's right. Just won't have a good time.